So hello student, welcome back, and I think we already did finish our whole series on the textbook and the whole chapter. So what we are going to do now is we are going to do revision. So after we finish the whole textbook, if you want to get A, you should do exercise, and you should buy book exercise. Like I don't have the book with me, but just assuming this is a book lah, huh? This is a magazine actually. This book exercise you should buy around 3 or 4. You should buy 3 and 4, and you should do at least 3 books like possible. If you do 3 books, usually you will get A, because in science everything is repeating and repeating. So you don't read, but you practice the exercise. If you always read, but you won't get. I won't say you won't get A. You don't have time to do all these things. You only have certain time to. Because you got many subjects, you only have some time. Let's say for science, before exam you only have maybe 24 hours. So you want to utilize the best for the 24 hours, and you want to use the correct method. And the correct method is to do exercise. And when you do exercise, I need to tell you first, so that hopefully you all get all these things correct. It's correct for me. I think it's correct for you, because I've been teaching for many years. When you do your exercise, always go to paper 2 first. Always go to paper 2, don't go for objective. Because if you are good in paper 2, usually but some students cannot, but usually you will automatically go paper 1, because paper 1 objective is easier. Paper 1 is like if you don't know, you close your eye, you think, and then you choose one answer. Usually you got 70% to get the correct answer if you got do your revision. But for paper 2, if you don't know, means you don't know, and that is the time for you to learn, because it is revision. So usually for paper 2 you can choose. For me, I don't usually use pen when I do my book. Usually up to you, I just see, and then I think in my brain, then I see if I don't know, I see the answer, then I read the question, then I close the book, I think in my brain, then I see the answer. When I see the answer, I memorize the answer, and I understand. I try to understand the answer. So this is how I learn, because when I write, I am using my time. So usually I just read the question and I read the answer. But for students, if you want to write it out, then I would recommend you to write it out, okay? Because when you write, then you remember. Okay, so that is how we should do revision. Okay, again, don't spend too much time reading the revision book. After you finish, just do exercise, okay? And start with always paper 2. Do around 60-70% paper 2, 20-30% paper 1. Paper 1 is easier. Okay, so yeah. Now let's start with our first revision question. I think this is in chapter 1, and I think this is a difficult question if you still remember chapter 1. Okay, so in chapter 1, diagram 1 shows 2 personal equipment in laboratories. State the name of 2 personal equipment shown. Habis. I think, let's say exam come out this question.
Cabinet.
Okay.
AC, and then Q is film chamber.
It's very good. Wow, you can remember this. So let me take my pen and write down the answer. Okay, so the P1 will be the laminar flow cabinet. Laminar flow cabinet. And number 2, Q is film chamber. So maybe I should write here film chamber. Okay, this is laminar flow cabinet. State the difference between the two equipment. Very good. Okay, so of course, for laminar flow cabinet, it is used. Okay, so I just put here. Okay, laminar flow cabinet is used to avoid. Okay, is used to avoid contamination. I just write the keyword. Okay, contamination. When you are doing experiment, what experiment? Microbiological activity. Biological activity. So the keyword is activities. The keyword is to avoid contamination, and also while you are doing microbiological activity. Maybe you want to put some sample, some bacteria or some virus. I don't know whether, but usually you won't put virus, right? So bacteria or something lah, biological cell, to avoid contamination. So maybe you don't want the thing to go inside your thing, the experiment you are doing, so that there won't be a contamination. If there's contamination, then your experiment will fail. People will ask you why you want to do like that, why something that thing grow, and then you need to do your experiment one more time, because I don't know whether your experiment is still good or not good already due to contamination. Fume chamber. So from the word fume, so if you know English, fume is like smoke. So what is the keyword when we want to use this for the experiment? Okay, so fume chamber is to carry out experiment involve substance that are dangerous. Okay, so I just put the keyword. Okay, I put Q lah. Q is when it is involved with dangerous substances. Like, you need to put some example. Maybe you can say like, maybe it is flammable or poisonous. Okay, so of course fume chamber is maybe it got something to suck the air up. Okay, so it got something when you on it, maybe it got some exhaust fan, and it will is something like maybe your stove, your house stove, but maybe a bit bigger lah, and then maybe here a bit smaller a bit. So you just put your hand in, and it will suck the flammable and poisonous or pungent, means smelly thing, or maybe volatile. Same lah, volatile means, or volatile usually also is flammable lah. Like petrol, when we talk about volatile means the liquid very fast become air, become like gas, maybe thinner or alcohol which you put on your hand, dry already. Okay, so all these things are volatile. So there's a fume chamber. Okay, so that is the difference. C, state 2L. So while we are doing this, actually you can always, like, if you want to try, you can always pause it, and you can stop me, so that you can have your time to do if you want. State another two personal equipment that are needed when using equipment P, and explain their function. Two personal equipment, so okay, are needed and explain. So basically, when we read this question, you need to read properly. When people ask, or when people ask us question, what are they talking about? So usually you listen properly, or you read properly. Here is talking about two questions, means in one question there are two questions. So what is the first question? So we want to answer the first question first. Okay, the first question is to two personal equipment needed. What are the things that you need, you do, and explain. So here is 4 mark. So I'm assuming here is 2 mark. Here is 2 mark. So state two personal equipment. Okay, so of course the item that are needed are face mask and glove. So why you want to wear a face mask? Okay, so you just say lah, face mask is to protect your nose and your mouth from inhaling the substances. So they are talking about P. Okay, so they are talking about this P. So you need to wear a face mask so that you will protect your nose and your mouth from inhaling the substances. And then you also need a glove. Why you need a glove? Because to protect from contaminating the microbiological substance. Of course, we also want to protect the hand, but more accurate is we want to protect the experiment that you are doing. Okay, so you wear the glove so that your hand is wet or your hand is dirty, it will not affect the experiment. Like maybe like a doctor, doctor usually they wear the thing, they wear the glove. One thing is he want to make sure the hand is clean while he's doing the operation. Even a little bit dirty, only when it go to the person body, it will cause infection, and usually the person can die. It's not a small thing. That's why usually infection will happen after you do a major surgery, and then the chances are the person might die because the person already sick. Then you operate and inside got even bacteria inside, and because the person is sick, the bacteria easy to grow. So when you grow inside your heart or here or here or here, so usually the person will die due to the infection. So you need to the doctor need to sterilize properly, hand need to be clean. But even they do all these things, sometimes it's just there's still contamination. There is it just like happen like that Not maybe due to the air, but sometimes due to the blood. Sometimes the blood is dirty, or sometimes your operation in your near your urination place or excretion, or the patient usually excrete something. So when you go there, then it actually self-contaminate back the body. All these things will happen. So diagram 2 show a biological waste substance in a laboratory. So we have what is this? We have a X and we have a Y. So obviously for X, we can see that maybe you want to put some cell, some experiment, and Y is the blade. State the category. Okay, so to refresh the to refresh our memory, okay, so I just copy paste from the textbook. So you can see category A, B, C, and D. A is for sharp equipment, B is non-sharp equipment, C is for carcasses and organ, means the dead animal or when you do on the frog or the rat. And then category D is the liquid, and this is how you should dispose it. Okay, category A, sharp equipment, place in special container, throw it. Category non-sharp item, place in a bag and throw it. Categories autoclave is to like something like sterilize it. Category C is what is it? Carcass organ, wrap in the material, okay, and throw it. And category D is a liquid, okay. So again, you decontaminate by autoclave, and after that only you dispose it. So these are the category A, B, and C, and D. So let's look back at the question. So X is considered as non-sharp solid, so it's category B, and Y is a sharp item, so it's category A. So X, Y is category A. So I just put here category A. This is category B. Okay, I write here so it's easier for you to see, but you write your answer at there. Okay, at here. Okay, state the two differences of in managing X and Y, what are the difference when managing X and Y? Okay, so very good. So the question asks what is the difference between X and Y. So I just put here X and Y. So of course, Y is the sharp thing. So what is the difference in managing? So I think the first one we can say that for category B non-sharp we can put in a biohazard plastic bag. But for A, because it's sharp, you cannot put in a plastic bag. You put in a plastic bag, then the bag will spoil, and then the thing will come out, right? So you want to place in a special container or sharp waste bin or some container that you just put in the container and then you throw it. And category B, you need to autoclave it and you throw it for non-sharp item. Category A, you no need to autoclave. So why? Probably actually you can if you want to autoclave it, but probably no need because you already put in a plastic you already put in a box, something like a box. So probably the box is strong enough to protect the thing from coming out. Okay, but if plastic, I don't know lah. Maybe the plastic easy to spoil and then the thing come out again. So probably you want autoclave it, which is better. So in case the plastic spoil, the contamination will be lesser since you already autoclave it. Okay, so let's do this. Can X be disposed into sink? State your reason. So what is X? X is a microbiological substances. Can you throw it in a sink? Why can and why cannot? So we can say that X of course is something like, it won't be really solid lah. It will be something like liquid or jelly, half solid or half liquid. So but we know that X we cannot put in the sink. So you just put, say, cannot dispose into sink. So you get 1 mark. Okay, so one more mark we can say that why? Because okay, it contain, I put here because, okay, because it contain microorganism, or you can say it will cause pollution or contamination. Okay, so we don't want to put all the microbiological substances into the sink. I mean, if you put one time and you put again, imagine you put in the science lab and your friend do like that, the next class also do like that, the next class also do. So the sink will become very dirty with all the microorganisms, and it will spread the bacteria or viruses, and then how it will grow in the pipe and everything. So eventually it will not good. It will cause sickness to yourself. But if you do one time, then maybe it's alright lah. But because in a lab and you do often, then it will become very bad. Okay, state one substance that does not belong into category A. One substance that does not belong to category A. So category A is needle, scalpel blade, syringe. Not in category A. Maybe you can say lab animal, experiment animal. We can say blood. We can say serum. You know what is serum, right? Okay, of course serum is like a, okay, you can say it is like a blood lah. Okay, probably in the blood you have white blood cell, you have platelet, and you have all the many things, right? Okay, so serum will be one of it, one of the, maybe the, not the red blood cell but the other thing. Usually, if I'm not mistaken, usually used to become like a medicine, like if you are bitten by a snake, so probably they will give you the serum so that you can cure the poison, or antibiotic also it can be a serum, but they take from blood, usually not human blood, maybe they take from a horse or what, because the horse is bigger, so you can just put the poison into the horse, then the horse I just think lah or the bacteria, but this is true, okay, so you put in the bacteria in the horse, then the horse will develop antibody, you take his blood, then you take the serum out, okay, you don't want the red blood cell to go into human, later the human die, you just want the antibiotic from the horse, then after that you got the serum, you can put in the human, and the human won't die, eventually it survive lah sometimes it's like snake bite or some bacteria, you need some other animal blood serum to overcome the poison, if not the person just sit there and wait for die lah wait to die. Okay. I think not that hard for the chapter 1, only many things to remember. Diagram 3 show a fire extinguisher. So let's refresh back. This one I extract from your textbook. So if you still remember, fire extinguisher, there are water, foam, carbon dioxide and dry powder. This the red color is for by using the water, and then we have the cream, so it's a foam type, then we have the black color with carbon dioxide, and then we have the blue color which is the dry powder. See in this my shop, see whether is it water. Here didn't say water. Oh, he put here even though it's red color, he put here I don't know you can see or not, it's ABC powder. So of course it is for the my office one, it will be a powder type, so extinguisher all types of fire except maybe for some chemical. So this is my office one. Oh, very heavy actually, oh my goodness. So I hope that it's actually not expensive, maybe you should buy one and put in your house. Actually my house don't have one, maybe I should also buy one and put in my house. And then of course office you must put, if you don't put then sometimes the bomba people will come and check. Every office in Malaysia must at least have one, if not later the bomba people come and check, they will give you a saman, so that I don't want to give money to the bomba, I already got no money. Your house got? Okay, so yeah, so that's the fire extinguisher. So even though it's red color for my one, that's why it's sometimes so confusing, because it looks like all red color, but actually it's not red color. My one is like label blue color, and some is black color, some is the foam. So yeah, for different purposes. Of course, my one every year need to renew, okay? Every year need to pay like 30 ringgit to renew there's a license sticker stick on here one, and then it will expire. Expire also they will come and check, and then they also will give saman in case if your thing expire. So next time you know, next time if you do your own business, make sure you put one in your office, because if you don't put one in your office, saman never mind, later if got fire, people die, people will say why you didn't put fire extinguisher, now you cause people die, then people sue you in court. So eventually we have no problem, but have the problem. Now they are saying we kill people because we didn't put the fire extinguisher in the office, for example. So you make sure you put, so in case the person die, let's say fire, the person die, but the person cannot sue me, because I already follow the law, I already put the fire extinguisher, but the people still die in the accident, so there's nothing much we can do. So next time when you go to work, you be careful to follow the Malaysia law and safety. In case something happen, you don't want to be responsible for the person death, and you go court, you go to jail, or because of all these things. Like I read in the news, they do a campsite, they do the campsite, but they don't have the license. So the landslide come down and people die. I don't know you got read the recent news or not. So when the people die, people ask you why you don't have the license to do the camp. It's just a organic farm, but now you do the camp, people die. So now people blame him. So now he got a lot of problem, because maybe you think it's not a problem, but now you don't have license, then people die. So because the person didn't follow the rules and regulation. But if you have the license and people die, then you say no choice lah, because I got license, I do. Then suddenly the landslide and nothing, then the blame will go to the government, because the government the one that give the license. Now the government say I didn't give license but why you do? Now people die already in the landslide, if you got read the news. So yeah, but of course sometimes it's natural disaster, due to natural disaster and people die. So sometimes I got read the comment, I got read the comment, and of course some of them say that if you do camp and the person die but you are not trained, because you need to go for training if you want to do a camp. Like you need to put maybe some fire extinguisher, you need to know CPR, you need to know all the safety thing for training, then only you can get the license, for example. So anyway, that is the Malaysian news. Some people die already, and it's a sad thing lah. Yeah, of course got people die, of course it's a sad thing. Malaysia, I think like 22 people die. Okay, so diagram 3 show a fire extinguisher. Where was I? State the type. So this is a black color. So what type is this? So correct. Okay, so we can see that the type of the answer will be carbon dioxide. Let me take a pen. So it's here lah. The black is here. Carbon dioxide. Explain two classes of fire can be extinguished by this fire. What are the two type of class fire? Okay, so you can see here is the carbon dioxide. So it's class B. We can say it is class B, class B, class C, class E, and class F. Wow, why so difficult? So yeah, is it I'm reading the correct question? Let me read the question again. Okay, state two classes using this fire. So it will be correct lah. Class B, class C, class E, and class F. This also is from your textbook. But I see the answer is like so weird. It just the answer only mentioned class C and E. The answer mentioned C and E, but from the textbook we know that class B and class F also can. So yep, that is it. So many things to remember. Is there any easier way to remember this? Okay, so of course this is the thing. Of course I think it's slightly too many things to remember for today, So maybe I just remember these three things only lah, because I don't know how about you student, but I as a teacher I feel difficult to remember. So I'm just going to remember these three only, okay? So I will remember class A, B, and C. A is for solid like wood, paper, and then I can use water, foam, and dry powder. And then class B is a liquid like diesel. I can use foam, dry powder. Of course, you know, water cannot. Okay, so here cannot put water. Just remember cannot lah, easy. Here cannot put water. This one cannot use gas. Cannot use gas. Gas, I'm talking about carbon dioxide. Okay, and then this is involving gases, so you only can use dry powder and carbon dioxide. You cannot use water, because if you put water, the gas is the gas liquid compressed so you put water also no use. Okay, it will continue to explode. And you put foam also no use, okay, because it is gas. You put the foam, the fire is too big already, then I don't know, the foam just doesn't work already. Okay, so I will remember class A, B, and C. B cannot use water because it's liquid. A cannot use carbon dioxide because it is a solid thing that is being burned. Okay, so next time I will remember D, E, F. This is how I remember lah. I don't know about you. Okay, sometimes I remember half first, so next time when I teach I will remember another half. Okay, so I won't stress myself and remember a bit by a bit. If not, later you feel stressed, then you don't want to remember. Okay, last question. Okay, let's finish it with the last question. State the type extinguisher that can be used for class A fire. So we just remember class A fire, you can use water, foam, or dry powder. Did the question ask why? Wait, let me see the question. Oh, 1 mark only. So I don't need to explain why. Okay, I just need to explain the extinguisher that I can use water, foam, and dry powder. Okay, so if no question, then we take a short break. I see you back at 9 o'clock. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, see you. Bye bye.